Hey guys, it's Caiti. And today I'm going to be doing an everyday makeup routine. So I'm going to be showing you guys a really simple makeup routine that you could wear to school or just whenever you're going out and want to look a little bit nicer than you normally do. I personally do not wear this makeup to school. To school, I just do my eyebrows and put on mascara. But today I'm going to be doing concealer and powder and bronzer and all that stuff. So this would typically be my makeup look if I want to be put together a little bit more. Like if I'm going out to a nicer dinner, I would wear this. It's not going to be a lot of makeup, but it's going to be more makeup that I wear on an everyday basis, but this is still like an everyday makeup routine. So if you're new here and you want to subscribe, then don't forget to do that by clicking the little button down below and turning on your hashtag post notifications. When you click the little bell icon, you get notified every time I post a video, and then you have a chance to win a shout out in my next video. So the shout out goes right here. Thank you so much for always loving and supporting me. If you want to keep up with me when I'm not filming videos, you can follow me on Instagram, add me on Snapchat and Twitter. All my social media are always down below. So with all that being said, I'm going to pull my mirror over here and we're gonna get started. So personally for me, primer is everything. I love primer. It makes my skin feel so healthy and so nice. So I always use a moisturizing primer and then a pore filling primer. So I'm gonna be using the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. I love this one. Mine doesn't squirt out of the little tube anymore, so I gotta squeeze her open. You just gotta go like that and hope that it doesn't spray everywhere. So actually, I saw Hannah Maloche, I think that's her name. Yeah, Hannah Maloche do this video, and I love Hannah Maloche, and so I was like, hey, I wanna do this video. That girl is beautiful. Like, she is literally stunning. So I was like, I'm gonna do this too. So the first step I would say to do is just prime your face depending on the type of skin you have. I have dry to combination skin, so I have super dry skin like around my nose, and I get dry patches, but I also have oily skin like above my eyebrows, on my chin, and like right here. So that's why I do both a hydrating and a pore filling primer. I'm gonna fix my hair really quick because we have like a little bump going on. Got a little camel hump. So yeah, now that our moisturizing primer has sunk in, I'm gonna do another moisturizing primer. I know I'm like a primer like addict, but I'm gonna be using the NYX Honey Do Me Up facial primer. I love this one because it like makes my skin sticky and like tacky. This one also has gold flakes in it, and it makes me feel like really special. This is a really good drugstore primer for like dry skin. I just like it a lot. And then I promise we'll do a pore filling one. Currently, as I'm filming this, it's a snow day. I live in Georgia, and they gave us January 29th off of school for a snow day, and it has not snowed at all. There's not been a flurry, there's not been snowflakes, there's been no ice, literally nothing. I mean, it's cool because it's like an extra day off of school, but like we're gonna have to make it up, which sucks. Kind of would rather just be in school. Like, I just don't understand the point of giving us a snow day when there's no snow. So then for our pore filling primer, I'm going to be using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer and just putting this along my oily areas, mostly just right under here across my nose, above my eyebrows, and on my chin. Also, please don't mind this guy. We have a little friend visiting us, and this guy too. Sometimes we just like to have little friends come out from their hibernation and say hi to us. So now we're gonna do concealer, and like I said, normally don't do concealer on an everyday basis, but when I want to look put together, I do. So my favorite concealer for an everyday wear is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. I don't like super full coverage face. I like natural looking makeup, so I prefer like a medium coverage concealer over high coverage or light coverage. I like this one. It's just this cool little applicator, and then you just kind of zoop it underneath your eyeballs. And then since I naturally have red skin, what I do is I just go like that and bring it down. So I would use this as like foundation, but not really, because I don't put it everywhere. I just put it in places to cancel out my redness. So now I'm gonna go wet my beauty blender, and then we'll be right back to blend it in. Currently, all my beauty blenders that I would typically use are being washed. So I'm using this one from Shayna B Miami. Still a good beauty blender. It's just not one that I would normally reach for. You can also blend in the concealer with your fingers. I'll do that sometimes if I really don't feel like getting a beauty blender. But as you can see, this just helps me not look so dead anymore. So then normally I go in with a couple layers of this, because I don't know if you guys can tell, but I definitely can. Since my skin is still red, like on my cheeks, when I just put concealer underneath my eyes, it looks really weird, and it looks like super white and then like red on my cheeks. So what I do is I just put this down a little bit. So I think that's our concealer done. And now just to highlight like underneath my eyes where there's a lot more darkness, I use the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. This one's in the shade 4. and I just put it like right there, and right there. So this is what our face looks like, just one even color now, without wearing like a ton of makeup, without looking like super cakey. Like my skin still looks completely natural and it looks like my skin. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like it looks like my skin. Like you can still see my freckles peeking through, like you can still see my pimple, you can still see discoloration. That's what I like personally. I know a lot of people want to be completely full coverage, but it's just not what I like. Next is powder, and typically I use a loose and a pressed powder. So a few of my favorites are the Laura Mercier, but sometimes this one just switches up on me and it's not my favorite. Sometimes it looks a little too yellow tone on me, so I'll only use this every once in a while. But personally, I love this Pretty Vulgar powder. This one's called the Powder Room Matte About It. This one just sets my makeup really well and is a good shade for me. And then for pressed powders, I really love my L'Oreal True Match powder, and then the Rimmel Stay Matte is also a good one. So I'm going to set underneath my eyes with the Pretty Vulgar powder. I'm just taking a little bit of this on the same sponge, just putting this underneath my eyes. And I don't like to bake just because it makes my under eyes too dry, and I already have like dry skin. So I just put it there for a second and then wipe it off. And then I just take a powder brush. I'm gonna take my L'Oreal True Match powder. This one just matches my skin tone pretty well. And I go around and just kind of put this everywhere else. My skin tends to be dry when I put on makeup, and then throughout the day it gets like really oily. So that's why I feel the need to set my face with a lot of powder. And I like to use a pressed powder rather than a loose powder all over my face, just because I feel like it mattifies it better and it makes it match my skin tone. Because normally like loose powders are meant to be like translucent, and putting that all over your face makes you look whiter than if you use a pressed powder that matches your skin tone. Next is bronzer. Bronzer stands for bronzer and contour, and the two that I use are the Pure Bronzing Act in the shade Matte Bronzer Dark. This is what it looks like. It looks very dark, but it makes me look so tan and I love it. It blends so well and it smells so good, and also the packaging is just adorable. And then Hoola, of course, is just always a staple. So for the Pure Bronzer, I take this really like big fluffy brush and I just put this everywhere. I love bronzer. It's probably one of my favorite steps in makeup, just because it gives you such like good light to your skin. Like it makes you look so tan, especially me. Like I live in Georgia and it's currently winter right now, and I used to live in Florida, so I would always be like a little bit more tan than I am now. But I haven't been to the beach since before I moved, and like I am pale, like so pale, so I need bronzer. I look like JoJo Siwa with my hair up. So I'm done with the Pure one, and then normally I just go into Hoola and just put this like everywhere else, just like bronze it up, blend the two together, and now we're tan. Sun-kissed queens. A lot of people hate blush, and I don't understand how people hate blush. Like it makes your skin look so natural and so nice and look like it's actually skin. So I use blush. Why was I acting so butthurt about blush? Like it's just blush. So I like to blend the matte blushes into my bronzer and onto my nose. And then I'm gonna take this shimmery one and just put it on top of that. Okay, and now it's time for brows. Brows are one of my favorite steps ever because I don't get to look like a mole rat anymore. Okay, so I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil. It's the only pencil you will catch me using because it's my favorite. Mine's in the shade Blonde. This is the only pencil I've met that actually is like blonde. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, it matches my hair color perfectly. So many people have been asking for a brow routine, and that will come very soon, but I'm gonna do my brows really quick and then come back to y'all, just because I cannot focus when I'm doing my brows on camera, otherwise they will turn out terrible. So I did my eyebrows, are all filled in now just with the Anastasia Brow Pencil. You can see how much of a difference me having eyebrows makes, but I'm gonna set my brows with the Glossier Boy Brow Gel. This is the clear one. I can only use clear brow gel because I do not have a steady hand, and anytime I put in color brow gel, it ends up everywhere but my brows. So I love the Glossier Boy Brow Gel because it holds my brows for literally hours, like hours. They will not move. The pigment will stay. Like it is so good. So next, if I'm going out being a little fancy, I like to put a little something in my crease. Normally I just take my Hoola bronzer and a fluffy brush and just put it in my crease. Do y'all see how much Hoola bronzer just went on my finger? And then I'll take whatever's left and put this on the bottom lash line, just smoke it like that. And then next it's time to curl my lashes. I use this Kevyn Aucoin eyelash curler, and it's the best one I've ever tried before. So I'm actually going to be trying this mascara. This is the ColourPop BFF Volumizing Mascara. ColourPop sent me a package with a bunch of their new makeup from their BFF collection, and this mascara is like really going big around their Instagram right now. So I want to try it. So it is for volumizing. Typically I go for length over volume, volume, so we'll see how well I like this. I know I got mascara on my lid, but that looks really good so far. Dang, dude, that did my eyelashes so fast. They came out with like a bunch of different colors in this BFF mascara, and mine's obviously in the shade Black on Black, which is the only one I would use. They did send me the pink one, which I did use, and it looks really weird on me, but like it worked, you know? I will probably never use the pink one again, but this black one is doing things for me. But yeah, I like this so far. I have a code with ColourPop, so if you ever want to buy anything off their website, you can use the code AM91-makeupbycaiti to save $5 off your first purchase. This will save you $5 anytime you order off colourpop.com, so definitely check out some of their products. I like a lot of them. I did a full face of ColourPop makeup a little while back, so you can check that out if you want to see some more good stuff from them. And then I'll typically take the other side of the Q-tip, I will lick it, and then wipe the concealer and powder off my lips. And then I'll leave it like that, or I'll apply a gloss. I love this Brilliance lip gloss, and then I also love this Glossier one. Right now I'm going to be using the Glossier lip gloss. This one's in the shade Clear Transparent. She is so shiny and so good. I love it. Your lips legit look wet when you use this, like it's so nice. So now it's time to set our faces. So I spritz that, it smells so good, it tastes good, and then I just dry it off with like a piece of paper or something. Okay, so that looks good so far. Now we're gonna highlight our faces. So normally for highlight, I will use the Brilliance Illuminating Cream highlight or the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek Flexitarian highlight. These are both cream highlights, and since I did already set my face with powder, I'm not gonna be putting a cream highlight on top. Normally I will put this cream highlight on after I do my concealer, and it will look so good, but I totally forgot about it. But now I'm gonna show you a few more highlights that I love. So the Milani Afterglow Luminescence highlights are so good. I love this one. This one's in the shade 01 Strobe Light, and this is one of my favorites ever. It's only like $10 from the drugstore. The Ofra Nikki Tutorials highlight is so good. I love both of these shades right here. And then lastly, the Pure Afterglow highlight is also one of my favorites. So today I'm gonna be mixing this Milani and this Pure one together, because this one's like a champagne-y rose gold and this one's a golden, and I want the golden tone and the champagne tone together. I'm just gonna apply this with a fluffy brush. This is the Real Techniques setting brush. I just love like the look of like your skin being wet and like so highlighted. I think it's like amazing. So this is typically the makeup that I would wear when I want to look presentable. Let me give you a little close-up. Do I wear this makeup every day? No. Do I look like this every day? No. Half the time I'm not wearing makeup, or I just have brows and mascara on, but this is what I look like when I have to go somewhere or do something kind of important. I'm gonna put you guys over here so you can see better. I know y'all were like over here, so the lighting wasn't too good, but like here it's so much better. This is the makeup, super glowy, super natural, and super pretty. No foundation, pretty simple stuff. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below. Turn on your hashtag post notifications to get notified every time I post a video. If you do this, you have a chance to win a shout out in my next video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, add me on Snapchat, and follow me on Twitter. All my social media are always down below. If you recreate this makeup look, please don't forget to tag me on Instagram, and I will at you guys. I will let you know that I saw it. I love you guys so much, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.